All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rahakodash. Want to give double honors to our apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone who continue to rule well and guide us through the Spirit, and double honors to their teachers as well, the elder high priest, all right, who provided through the Spirit the bulk of the doctrine which we all believe and teach. All right, and peace and blessing, shalom to the Most High's hopefully elect across the four winds of the earth. This is the brother Yagadal. I'm a one from GMS Houston. All right, back with another lesson. All right, and as you see here in the header for this title, which is a most recent live update dealing with these floods from in San Angelo and Kirk County, all right, in Central Texas. Okay. All right, it was just there's some very odd things about these floods. Okay, the lack of warning and notice beforehand. All right, the rate and speed within the water rose up 20 feet. Okay, all right, it didn't give the feel of a natural occurrence. All right, but I just wanted to go through this article, all right, and then grab a couple more articles and point some things out because as we know, all right, nothing ever happens without purpose. Okay, matter of fact, before I get into this, let me get this quote by Winston Churchill. I'm just gonna hit the AI overview. All right, it says AI overview. It says the phrase "never let a good crisis go to waste" suggests using challenging situations as opportunities for positive change or progress. Yeah, bullshit. All right, when they say never let a good crisis go to waste, all right, it's not for positive change or progress, for change or progress towards the elite's agenda. Okay, so when they see a crisis come about, majority of the time they have a hand in creating it, and they already have their solution, all right, or their solution, okay, which was already planned out. Okay, but just let me read on. It says it implies that even in the midst of a disaster, there can be valuable lessons learned and positive actions that can be taken to improve future outcomes. The phrase is often attributed to Winston Churchill, though the International Churchill Society says it is unsubstantiated. It says it has also been attributed to Machiavelli. More recently, the Rahm Emanuel popularized the sentiment, particularly in the context of the 2008 financial crisis. But I just wanted to get there real quick because that's a quote amongst the elites, all right, that they use. All right, whoever it's attributed to, all right, they do not let a good crisis go to waste. Okay, so let's get back to this article, which is from the Washington Post. All right, and this is a update from 4 minutes ago. It says last Texas floods killed at least 104, including 27 from Camp Mystique, as search for missing continues. And real quick, that count, all right, to my knowledge, it hold the children at that camp, which this is not a new thing. This is a traditional camp. Okay, but the majority of those children at that camp were children of high-ranking people in politics within Texas. Okay, all right, but it says for that more than 100 people have been confirmed dead in severe flooding in Central Texas as emergency workers continue to look for dozens who remain missing in Kirk County. Camp Mystic said it was grieving the loss of 27 campers and counselors. 10 girls and one counselor were still unaccounted for on Monday, the fourth day of the search. I just wanted to get that real quick, but I was looking into some information. All right, because as we know, all right, just like the fires in Palestine and the things, the catastrophe that happened in North Carolina, okay, all these things, all right, where these cities are pretty much being wiped out. We know this devil is getting ready to set up these 15-minute cities. Okay, amongst other things. But I found this information. All right, and this is from Kerr County CountyLead.com. It says breaking news: Kerrville City Council approves K-Pub's water plant financing. The $183.4 million project will be funded through a combination of a Texas Energy Fund loan and open market bonds, which construction uh, uh, scheduled to begin next year, and the plant expected to be operational by June 2027. Now, hey, if you getting ready to spend close to $2 million on an energy plant, all right, a power plant, okay, what faster way to level land and clear out space, all right, than to flood a whole county, all right. But it says the Kerrville, and I'm not saying this is 100%. I'm just saying going to this is some very interesting that, and this was March of this year when this was approved. All right, March 11, 2025, when this project was officially approved, and now you jump to July 4th. All right, the weekend of the 4th, and hey, now the whole that same area, all right, has been flooded out. All right. It says the Kerrville County Council voted unanimously Tuesday night to approve financing for a new natural gas power plant proposed by the Kerrville Public Utility Board (KPUB), marking a significant step towards securing the community's energy future. The $181 million project will be funded through a combination of Texas Energy. Yeah, we read that. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, let's get this. I'll start right here. It says KPUB CEO and General Manager Mike Whitler explained that the reciprocating internal combustion engine RICE plant is designed to provide reliable power during peak demand periods with the ability to start up in under 10 minutes. All right, which is crazy timing. Okay, to start up an actual power plant within 10 minutes. All right, it says the timing is crucial as the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT, predicts the state's energy demand could nearly double by 2030, with potential supply shortfalls beginning as early as summer of 2026. Okay, so they're letting you know it's a time crunch. All right, to get this this project underway. Okay, it says Chief Official Officer Amy Dozer outlined the financing structure. 60%, $105.3 million, will come from the Texas Energy Fund at a 3% interest rate, which with KPUB being the only municipal entity selected by this program. The remaining 40%, $75.9 million, will be raised through open market bonds with a maximum interest rate of 6.5. I'll stop right there. But just showing you, man, this is very odd that this was March, April, May, June, July. All right, 4 months after this major project is approved. Okay, you have that same exact area get completely flooded out. All right. I'm gonna hit this real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, his thoughts and plans, man. So while the rest of these people and it's really not just the prophets, man. All right, you get on social media, TikTok, all right, little YouTube. You have a lot of people calling out this devil, man. All right, and his potential plans and how this thing is very suspicious with this flooding. Okay, and the beautiful thing about it is, All right. And at the end of it, judgment still went out. So the Most High is still in control. All right. Even if Esau is using this for his benefit, all right. All right. The Most High executed a great judgment, man, over 100 people. And this is a Edomite predominant area. All right. Dominated area. Okay. So great judgment went out on that place, man. I know. And then you made the main river that flooded was what? The Guadalupe River. All right, you look into Lady Guadalupe, which is pretty much like the same as Saint Mary. Okay, but they call her basically the Lady of Justice. All right, so there's a lot of wickedness. All right, that has been done. All right, in that area. All right, and that place got swept through. Okay, and then they're still looking for bodies. They're still needing help. Okay. Where's your beloved Trump? Shouldn't he be on the first lines down there helping and making sure everything's his good, great American citizens are taken care of and rescued properly? All right. And just real quick, I wanted to get into this because they always claim this is for harvesting. All right. This weather modification. Okay, and this is right off Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, .gov. It says harvesting the Texas skies in 2022, a summary of rain enforcement operations in Texas. All right, and I had done a lesson a couple weeks ago. All right, going into these mysterious clouds and the way these storms are coming. All right, these storms are coming and hitting hard. All right, and within 20 minutes max, they're gone. Okay, which is just, I was always saying, man, these not no natural storms. All right, but it says the history of Texans using cloud seeding to lessen the impact of periodic open severe droughts in lengthy and fascinating. Numerous rain-making efforts sprouted during the epic drought of the 1950s. So they're claiming since the 50s they've been dealing with creating rain clouds. Okay, for the people who say this is crazy, no, this is legal. All right, documentation, man. All right. It says, and some continued in the 1960s, giving impetus to the Texas legislature to adopt a law in 1968 governing the use of weather modification technologies. In ensuing years, both the state and federal governments provided funds for both cloud seeding research and assessing the impact of commercial weather modification projects. All right, this devil once again has that God complex, man. Okay. All right, trying to be on the level of Heavenly Father and control the weather. All right. It says with more substantive evidence that cloud seeding could invigorate convective clouds, promoting their growth and capacity to produce rainwater. A coordinated state-funded program began in earnest in the latter half of the 1990s. Today, with drought appending, if not ever present threat to the economy and well-being of Texans. So they stated as this is a solution. Okay, to drought. Okay, no, if you devils would keep the law, all right, it wouldn't run the earth into the ground, man, over cultivating and farming, all right, and gave it the land its proper time to rest. You wouldn't have to deal with all this shit, man. Okay. Let's see what else they got. It says rain enforcement projects flourish within large areas of Northwest, West, and South Texas. In fact, the 7 cloud seeding projects today cover about 31 million acres and about 1/6 of the land of the state. When a severe drought was a greater threat at the end of the previous century, as many as 51 million acres were included in cloud seeding target areas in the state. So Esau can act, when it comes to deal with this cloud seeding, all right, and them using weather modification, they can target certain areas. All right, the rate in which these people said that water rose up 20 feet is unheard of, man. And so even if Esau's behind this, all right, the Most High executed great judgment, man. Okay, with this. All right, but there's some very suspicious activity going on dealing with this, man. Okay, so I just wanted to go into that one. This real quick. That was another thing I had found. All right, you had people who was camping in that area, all right, the day before, and they when they would see puddles of water on the tent in certain areas, all right, the water was blue. All right, the water was like a dark aqua blue. Okay, showing you that this is them. All right, that's not natural rainwater. Okay. All right, so that's it for this lesson. I just wanted to go into that. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. Once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and the bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings. Shalom to the Most High's hopeful elect. Keep fighting, keep pushing.